All right, guys, welcome to the Cincinnati Razorback Room, beautiful downtown Siloam Springs, Arkansas. It's the 20th of April. How about that? Baseball season's full tilt going right now. And what we're going to do today is we're going to play a game from two diametrically opposed sets. The 2021 American League East and the Dead Ball Set 6. Both are 12-person, 12-player teams, and both of them are really, really good. This should be absolutely a blast to play. I'm looking forward to doing this. I'm going to play the whole game for you. I'm going to be clicking and doing all kinds of stuff, sharing the screen with you. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the game board here. I'm going to take this one down, put it back up. And then I'm going to add this over here, share a screen with you there, and I'm going to show you what we have here as far as who is on these teams. So I have to go to the printable stats. Printable stats Star Power 2021 current AL East. Here's your players for the AL East, guys. There's your players right there. Okay, let's see here. Boom, make it big so you can see it all. Okay? Guerrero, Semien, Bogarts, Devers, Zunino, Hernandez, Judge, Stanton, Cole, Ray, and Romano. On the Dead Ball 6 set, we're going to be running these guys. Hobleton, Lowe, Granville, Raw, Robinson, Duffy, Flick, Keeler, Speaker, Bagby, Caldwell, and Wayring. Okay, so there's our teams. Put it back how it goes right here. And we're ready to start the game. Let me do something real quick here. Hang tight just a second. I've got to go here, and I've got to go there, and now I can hear without an echo. I was getting an echo there. All right, we're going to lead off with the American League East. We'll use the spinner on the video to do the actual number of what's going on. Positioning the defense, we've got the leadoff batter, Enrique Kike Hernandez will lead off. Put the spinners on straight. There we go. Okay, so you got Kike Hernandez leading off. Infield will play back. And here we go. Caldwell spin the pitcher. He spins a B, spin the batter. Kike Hernandez spins, and was it on there? It looks like an 8. So that's 1 out. So that's fly out. Well, we spin the outfield card, see if it's an error. It is not. So that is a fly ball, 1 down. That brings up Aaron Judge. If you guys don't know the numbers, let me know. I have those encoded so that you can see them. I can do them for you. Odd numbers are safes, even numbers are outs. You got a B. We'll hit Aaron Judge up right now. Aaron Judge spins, and that lands on the 9. That's a walk. I move it up here. Put Aaron Judge, who has a very high on-base percentage to start with. He is a runner to 4, so we'll put him here. 1 out for Vlad Guerrero Jr. Caldwell still hold the runner. Caldwell spins. And that lands right in the middle of the X. That is a hit batter. I am not going to check for injuries because these are 12-man teams. And these 12-man teams, I have no substitutions. So I will not test for injuries. He is a 1-3 on first base. That removes another pip from Caldwell. And with 1 out, with Guerrero on On first, Judge on second. That brings up the cleanup batter of Rafael Devers. Spinning, spins a G. It's a ground ball. Devers does have a respin. He will not use it in the first inning. I just don't think that would be prudent. You know, a 9 inning game. Let's see where it goes to. Anywhere. It goes to the third baseman. That's John McGraw. John McGraw is a 52 third base. So we'll spin it. Use the outside ring now to find out what the result is. P4. He is a P5, so he gets to choose between the F and the D, and he will take the D. That is a double play. So you have a GO, GP, PO, and no runs crossed. And because we got a double play, one cool thing about that is Caldwell gets to put back one of the picks. Devers hits into a double play, no runs scored in the inning. That brings up the old boys. Okay, John McGraw is going to lead off. He's a sack 2, 55 base runner. They're going to move the infield in at first and third. Back in the middle, McGraw is going to attempt to lay the ball down with the drag. There are two rules that I'll be using today that I haven't used, and they're house rules. One is if the pitcher spins a K and the batter has what we call a broken 10. You can see on McGraw's 10 right here that the lines are broken. They're not solid all the way up. If the batter has a broken 10, that K will be used as an H walk minus. And if the batter spins an out, any out on the first spin, it'll be a strikeout. The second result, if he spins a hit or a walk, he gets to spin again. The second result is whatever is on the card. I'll also be using the shift rules and probably be using them really a lot against the modern day team. But anyway, McGraw's sack 2, infield's in at the corners, and he gets an F. And F is a foul ball. You can see it on there. That's landed on the F. F is a foul ball. Spin the pitcher. So we spin Garrett Cole. Cole spins a B. We'll spin McGraw. McGraw spins a fly ball. Outfield, it's 8. And he spins no error, so that is 1 out. Second batter up, Tris Speaker. Speaker is a Speaker, 344. Infield will once again play in. Speaker will let the pitcher spin. Spin the pitcher. Cole spins a K. Speaker has a broken 10. You see it. So if it lands on a hit or a walk, Speaker spins again. Any out is a strikeout. Lands on the 8, so that's a strikeout. The rules that I'm using there, these are house rules. These are not in the rule book. These are house rules I'm using. I'm testing some rules. The next batter is Hugh Duffy. He's a 355 plus. Infield will be in the corners. Duffy will attempt a drag bunt. Did I move the game forward? Pull it down just a tad. There you go. He's drag bunting. This time the ball is on the ground. F or a G, take a G ground ball. Now we go to the inner circle. The inner circle says it's a line on the S or black, and it's a S. That's a base hit. Hugh Duffy sings off of Garrett Cole. So you remove one pit. Duffy is a 55 plus. Goes there. The drag bunt was successful. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Donald Flick, who is also a 355. Looking at these guys are going to put the ball in play, guys. They're going to put the ball in play. And what they're going to do right here is they are going to drag bunt once again with the infield holding the runner and in third. The drag bunt is foul ball. Spin the pitcher. Pitcher spins a B. Flick spins, after the B and spins an 11. Cole has 3 respins. That 11 could potentially score an S5. So Cole is going to make him use a respin. He makes Cole use a respin. This time he spins a 4. That is a fly ball to the outfield. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So after 1 complete, the score 0-0. All right. You got Giancarlo Stanton. Now the shift rules that I'm using are, if it lands on a 7, if the person who shifts, if it lands on his spot on the ground ball card, that makes it a ground ball. Any other place, it makes it still the 7. If it lands on the 12, the vacated position has to land exactly on it, then it becomes a single. Okay. So they're going to put the shift on Stanton, and what they're going to do is they're going to move the second baseman over to the third base side. First base stays over here. So second base is vacated, but there are now 3 infielders on the left. Spinning the pitcher, Caldwell. He spins a B. Stanton spins a 10. So he strikes out. 10 is a strikeout, folks. 10 is the big whiff. Teoscar Hernandez, he's a right-handed batter. Once again, they'll put on the shift with the second baseman moving over. First base stays put. Spinning the pitcher. Spinning Ray Caldwell. He spins a, looks like a B. It is, it's a minus home run. Okay, minus homer. There we go. A 10, that's a strikeout. So these guys are trying to go for the whole shooting match here. Xander Bogaerts, he is also a right-handed batter. And once again, they will put the shift on for Xander Bogaerts. Here we go. Caldwell spins, and it'll be the second baseman over once again. Spinning Xander Bogaerts, a 10. So Caldwell strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base, and a 1.5. No score. That brings up, hit them where they ain't. Willie Keeler. How about that, huh? Willie Keeler's up. He's a 355 plus. The infield plays in. Keeler says spin the pitcher. He's not going to drag it. A K, that's basically a WH minus. Any out will be a strikeout. Call this the Bob Mansfield rule. All right. Spinning Keeler. Keeler spins a 2. That's a ground ball. Not with a K spun. See DeGrom, or excuse me, Cole spins a K. He spins an out on the first spin. That's a strikeout. Cannot respin. That's a strikeout. Number 2 for Garrett Cole. That brings up Bobby Lowe. Also has a broken 10. He's at 345. Infielders will play in. Bobby Lowe will attempt to drag bunt. 345. Sack 1 or G. What do you got on that? I have a sack 1. Ball's on the ground. Spinning the inner circle now. And it comes up big space where it says 2B44 and 1B45. The second baseman over here is a 32, so you don't meet the requirements. He gets his choice between red and green, and he's going to take the green. That's a base hit. So you have 4, 5. Take the tip off of Cole. That's a single. Second hit for the little guys. We'll call them little guys because they're small, man. Small ball. Now you got Dick Hoblitzel. He's at 343. The catcher Cole's thrown to Zunino. He's a 32. They're going to try to steal second base with 1 out. They're holding that runner, and they're also in at third. Here they go. Stealing second base. He gets a C15. He is a C32, so that moves that runner up. Because at 1.5, you don't have a 5R rating. You're only a 2, so that's a stolen base. Okay, so he moves up. And now we spin the pitcher. Hoblitzel does not have a broken K, so when Cole spins the K, That is a K. That brings up Wilbert Robinson. Wilbert does have a broken K. He's a 144. Spin the pitcher. A K, that's a broken K. So he gets to spin. Any out is a strikeout. That's a 10, so that's like a double strikeout. Wow. That means Cole just owned him on that, man. Cole owned him. No runs, no one man left. One hit, it was a bunt single. At the end of 2, no score. Marcus Semien, 0-35. They will put the shift on for Semien. Okay. Second baseman moves over. Semien is a righty. Spin the pitcher. Spinning Caldwell. Home run minus is not what you see. Yes, it is. Semien spins. A 13. He does not have a respin, so that is a base hit. That's the first hit allowed by Caldwell. Semien is on. He is a 35. That brings up Mike Zunino. Okay. So what they're going to do is they're going to hold him on and they're going to shift. Okay. Shift for Zunino. He's a sack 1. He's not going to put a bunt down. Runner on first is not going. Robinson, the 54 catcher. Caldwell spins. And spins a B. Zunino's up. He spins and spins a 10. Can't respin a 10. Strikeout number 4 for Ray Caldwell. That brings up Kike Hernandez. They're going to hold the runner, and they won't shift for Hernandez. Holding the runner on. Minus home run. Spinning Kike Hernandez. That looks like a 6. It is. Let's grab all up the middle. Our middle infielders are second base 54, shortstop 54, so our defense is solid. Let's see what happens. Who's it to? It is to the shortstop. He's a 54. Outer ring now. Let's see what happens. R4 he is, because he's a P5, R4. R4, as you can see, he wins, so that'll take the force. Advance or force. He'll take the force. So this guy's out. Kike Hernandez goes to first on the fielder's choice. He's a 1-5. That brings up Aaron Judge. And for Aaron Judge, they will put on the shift. They'll hold the runner. 3 guys over here. Here we go. That looks like an H minus. It is. Minus. Aaron Judge strikes out. Number 5 for Caldwell. Strikeout number 5 for Caldwell. That brings up Hall of Famer Robert Moranville. Sack 3, 45, so he's a bunt threat. Does not have a broken K, so he doesn't get to H minus, H7 minus off K. So the infield is in at the corners. Moranville will lay it down. Hey, man, got to do something against these pitchers or they're going to strike you out. Going to lay it down. Here it goes. That ball's on the ground. Sack 2, as you can see, here's his choice between ball on the ground or foul. He takes the ball on the ground, spinning the inner circle now with the fielders in. And he lands on that one right there, which says SSA4. Xander Bogaerts is an S5A4. Okay, he's an S4A5, so he loses on both accounts. Rabbit Moranville grounds out. I'm trying to bump. That's an S5A4. I thought it was shortstop, but it's S5A4, and you can see it's S4A5. So we lost there and lost there, so he is out. That brings up, I'm leaving these out right here because I know I'm going to use them. That brings up John McGraw with 1 out. Infield's in at the corners once again. McGraw is going to lay the ball down. Here we go. Foul ball, spin the pitcher. Cole spins. And Cole spins a, looks like a B. Spins a B. So John McGraw is up. Spins a 13. Cole will not use a respin. He will take the spin. Guess you guys saw the dog coming in, huh? Haley. So McGraw's on. McGraw is a 55. Okay. That brings up Tris Speaker. Speaker is a sack 344 base runner. And what they're going to do here, McGraw, he's going to steal second base. There he is. S2A1, he's an S5A5. So he's being held on. He's an S5A3 because you dock 2 on the A when you hold him on. So he steals the base because he wins on both accounts. Boom. And now you got Speaker up with McGraw on second base in scoring position with one out. Speaker says spin the pitcher. So spinning the pitcher, a B. Here's Speaker. A 4. He will use one of his 2 respins. There's his first respin. It is, ooh, look at that. Do you know what I got? Yes, you do. It's a 3. Finally, we use a 3 card. So we take the 3 card right there and spin it. And it says use card number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Card number 4 says batter hits a shallow looper into the outfield. Spin the outfield card to determine the location. Boom. Look at the center, and it says it goes to the center fielder. Spin the outfielder card again and follow the results. Okay? So the center fielder is a 1-3, Kike Hernandez, and it's an R5, so he loses because he's an R3. So R5, as you can see, means that the center fielder did not get to the ball. So I get to choose between A and H. A, batter safe at second, runners advance 2 bases. H, batter safe at first, runners advance 1 base. I believe that that's a no-brainer. I'm going to take the A, which means this man scores, bang, bang, and Tris Speaker is a 44, goes to second base on a double. Imagine that. Tris Speaker, the leading double guy of all time, hits a double. How about that? Take a pip off of Garrett Cole. And that brings up Hugh Duffy. Whoa! What a ball game, huh? You're starting to see it happen. Okay. For Duffy, like I say, I just leave these things here. I got to put these back up here. And Duffy is a 355 plus with the runner on second and 1 out. Duffy is going to drag bunt. Infield is in at the corners. Spinning the drag bunt card, and it is, oh, that is a ground out runner advance if forced, I believe. I'm going to have to do a quick rule book check, guys. A quick rule book check. Let me get over here. Okay, rule book. 2021 rule book. Rule book 2021. Pitcher fatigue, or I'll like to share that with you. So you can see what I'm doing. Squeeze bunts, defense cards, drag bunt. Oh, on outer circle, hold. Batter is out. On inner circle. Oh, okay. If you spin on the inner circle, runners advance 1 base if forced, or if entire infield is back. So we're going by the outer circle, so runners hold on Hugh Duffy. So that was pretty simple, wasn't it? All right, so we'll remove that now and get back to the game. And back to how we had it. So you're up here. Duffy grounds out. Second out of the inning. That brings up Elmer Flick. Infield's in again. He's a 355. Infield's in. Spin the pitcher, he says. Cole spins. And it looks like an HW minus. Elmer Flick spins. A 12. He got a 12 on that? Yes, he does. Flick's going to use a respin. Spins. A single. Can't respin a respin. Where's the ball go to? The single is anywhere. It goes to the center fielder. Kike Hernandez is a 1-3. He'll throw home. P2, he's a P1. That's an A. You see the P2 there? Oh, you have a line. P2 and P4. Doesn't matter. He's a P1. So he's going to take the A. On the A, the batter runner goes to second base. All runners advance 2 bases. So Kike misses the cutoff man. And Flick goes to second base. But a run scores. Another pitch and move from Garrett Cole. At this time, they're going to warm up in the bullpen. Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray is going to warm up in the bullpen. Cy Young Award winner last year. Brings up Willie Keeler. The infield is in. They say spin the pitcher. Corners. Minus hit, minus walk. Here's Keeler. 6, he will use the respin. Spinning the second time. 13, to the right fielder. That would be Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a 42. Would you throw home or would you throw to second? Here's a good call right here. Would you play it safe and keep the runner at first, trying to avoid the huge inning, or would you throw home, trying to get a 55 out? Judge elects to throw to second base. So the run is going to score. And Flick crosses the plate. Keeler drives him home. Third run in the inning. Keeler is a 55 plus at first base. Lose a pip off Garrett Cole, down to 3. That brings up Bobby Lowe. Okay. We're going to use a hit and run, and not the hit and run full count. We're going to straight up hit and run. Infield's in at the corners. Spinning the hit and run card. Batter misses the pitch. That means that he has to try to steal the base. And anything H is out. So here we go. He gets a C114 is what I'm looking at there. Yeah, C14. What does it say up there? That looks like 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, C14. Zunino is a 3-2, so that's a stolen base. He's safe. 3 steals off of Zunino and the crew. And this rabbit team is rabbiting the running game. Bobby Lowe is up. Spin the pitcher. That's looks like a walk minus. It is. Lowe is a broken 10, so it doesn't matter now. That's a 6. Bobby Lowe does not have a respin, so that is a ground out for the third out. But in the inning, little guys put a 3 spot up, and they lead 3-0. Wow. How are you liking me so far, man? How are you liking the game so far? It's moving along fairly quickly. Okay, and we're back up now to the top of the order, to the order for the 2021s. You got Vlad Guerrero Jr. They're going to use the shift. One guy over here, second baseman moves over there, spin the pitcher. That's a B, spin the batter. And Vlad Jr. spins a 10. That's a strikeout. Number 6 for Caldwell. That brings up Rafael Devers. Infield's in it. Infield's back, but the shift is on. Second moves over. First stays here. Second base holds open. Spinning Caldwell. That's an F. That's a fly ball. Spinning the outfield. Ooh, did that land on the E? So close. So close, but yet so far. So that's a fly out. It's my best Frankie Valli impression I can give you. Giancarlo, they shift again. Here we go. Spinning the pitcher. That's a G. That's a grounder. Giancarlo will not use a respin with 2 outs. And that's the 3rd out. Through 3.5. Score. Dead ball set 6-3. 2021 American League East 0. Dick Hoblitzell, first baseman, is a 343. They'll play the corners in. Hoblitzell will try to drag bunt. He's a 343. You getting what these guys are doing? They're putting it to these dudes. Foul ball, spin the pitcher. Spinning the pitcher. Spins a K. He is not a broken line, so that's a K. Strikeout number 5 for Garrett Cole. Wilbert Robinson up, stack 144. Infield will move the 3rd baseman in, but leave those guys out. Okay, spinning Garrett Cole. He spins a B. Wilbert spins a 12. That's a ground ball, opposite side. Either first or second baseman's going to field it. Did not land on the E, so that is 2 away. Brings up Rabbit Moranville. Infield's in at the corners. He does not have a broken K. That lands on the B. Moranville spins a 13. That's a single. Garrett Cole will allow that to go. No, he will not. He will use a respin. Because Moranville's not a great hitter. And he still spins a 13. How about that, guys? 7th hit for the dead ball team. Moranville is a 45 base runner. We'll put them on base. That brings up the leadoff batter, John McGraw, at 255. Okay. He's at 255. They'll hold the runner and move in at 3rd, bringing the infield at the corners. McGraw looks the situation over and says, you know what? I'm going to call for the hit and run. So here they go, hit and run. P, spin the pitcher. Cole spins, and that's on the B. It says spin the batter. John McGraw spins a 2. That's a ground ball. If it lands on the first base, it'll be a single. Otherwise, they get to try. The runner will move up because he was running on the pitch. But if it lands on first base, it's going to be a single. So McGraw does have a respin, but in this situation, on a pulled ball, the guy's running on the grounder, he's not going to use it. So now, if it lands here on first base, that'll be a base hit. Here we go. It doesn't. It lands on second base. Only plays first, the runner moves up. My bad, guys. That's 3 outs. I got carried away. I did get carried away. I didn't realize there was 2 outs. My bad. So it doesn't really matter. Sometimes I get carried away. Hey, man, it's a great game. You get carried away, too, if you were, like, wrapped up in this thing. I am in this ball field right now. I've got a seat on the bench next to John McGraw. I got a seat on the bench next to Vladdy Guerrero. I'm pumped, and this is a great game. Okay, we go to the top of the 5th. You can see that Cole's down to 1 respin and 2 pips left. Caldwell has retired, looks like 5 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row. So he's doing well. Teoscar Hernandez, they're going to put the shift on, 3 on the left side. Spinning the pitcher, he gets a fly ball. F. Teoscar has a respin. Going to use it in the 5th inning. He says, nope, let him spin the fly ball card. Lands on the E, it's an error, and it just missed the E. It just missed. So that's 1 down. That brings up Xander Bogaerts. We'll put the shift on. Here we go. Shift has not come into play yet. They haven't hit through it. Bogart swings. Ground ball up the middle. Ease an error, otherwise you're out. That's an out. 2 down. Marcus Simeon put the shift on. G is a grounder. And that ball is a ground out for the 3rd out. Caldwell just carving up these 2021 guys. Just carving them up. Man, what a pitcher. Tris Speaker comes up. Speaker's up. 344. Infield will be in at the corners. Spinning Garrett Cole. Hit walk minus. Spin Speaker. 2 is a ground ball. Pulled. If it lands on first base, Speaker gets a single. Spinning the card. Here we go. Does not. That's an error spin first. That's not an error. Now, if it lands on first base, it's a single. It did not. So that's 1 down. Now you got Hugh Duffy. Hugh is a 355 plus. Infield will be in at the corners. Hugh is going to lay it down, drag bunt. 355 plus. Hugh gets an F. That is a foul ball. Spin the pitcher. K has got a broken 10. Spinning Duffy. 2, that's a strikeout. Can't respin a strikeout. Strikeout number 6. I got to take a break. My dog wants out. I shall return. Outside. Come on, man. Through the world, you know, you got a good dog. You got to take care of that dog. Leo wants out. Leo's going out. That's the way it is, guys. That's my boy. Okay, with 2 outs. After Duffy strikes out for the 6th strikeout for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts for Cole. That brings up Elmer Flick, who's a 355. Infield's in at the corners. They're going to let it spin the pitch with 3-0 lead. That lands on the G. That's a ground ball. Flick will take it. If it lands on the error, it's an error. Does not. That is 3 outs. We're through 5, and the score is 3-0 in favor of the dead ball team. The dead ball team is going to get up a pitcher in the bullpen. It's going to get up Jim Bagby. Jim Bagby, I believe, pitched for now Guardians, formerly Indians, out of Cleveland. A 7+1, so he needs 7 spins to get warmed up. He won 31 games in 1920. How about that, man? So I put him up in my bullpen, announced that he's out there. Robbie Ray's up for the other team. Garrett Cole, I believe, is a 6-inning pitcher. I can look on the score sheet. He is 6R. So he's still got 1 more inning before fatigue begins to be tested. We got Mike Zunino up. Infield will play back and shift. So the infield shifted for the right-handed hitting Zunino. A B to Zunino. He spins looks like a 7 from here. What do you got? That's a 7. Okay. Now I spin the ground ball card. If it lands on the second baseman, it's a ground ball. Second base. It does not. So that's a hit through the shift. Zunino is a single. Second hit of the day for the new boys. Zunino is a 0-0. Down to 5 pitch. That brings up Kike Hernandez. He is sack 0-1-5. They will not hold the runner. They will not shift for Hernandez. Spin the pitcher. Spinning Caldwell. Spins the H minus. That means if he gets a hit, he has to respin. Spinning Kike. And that, what do you got up on the screen? That is a 10. That's a strikeout, boys and girls. It's number 7 for Ray Caldwell. That brings up Aaron Judge. They won't hold the runner. They'll shift, put the first base over here. Spinning Caldwell to Aaron Judge. The shift is on with an H minus. And Judge spins a 9-10 line. Caldwell is a right-handed TR pitcher. So that means that on that line, that the dead ball team gets to choose between the 9 and the 10 because the guys are the same, righty-righty. So the dead ball guys will choose the 10. The live ball guys over here, the 2021s, are going to challenge that play. They're going to challenge the call on the field, whether it's a ball or a strike. How about Star Power Baseball? It's the only thing in the game you can challenge ball, strike call. I want robotic ups. Here we go. Their spin for the challenge is a 10. Now the challengee gets to spin. If they spin a 10, an 11, or a 12, the call on the field stands. Here we go. But they spin an 8. The call on the field is overturned because they did not spin equal to or higher. So he moves up, loses a pip, and Aaron Judge walks for the second time today. That's the second walk given up by Caldwell. Judge is a 2-4 base runner. And that brings up Vlad Guerrero Jr. Again, the infield shifts, and they will hold on Judge. Caldwell rocks, kicks, fires, and throws a home run minus to Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Vlad spins, a walk, and that loads the bases with 1 out. Woohoo! You got action here, man. Vladdy's a 1-3. You got bases loaded. Brings up Rafael Devers. Okay. Not only are they going to shift, but they're playing in at first and in at third. So second and short are playing back for a double play. Third base is in, almost on the grass. First base is in, almost on the grass. Caldwell spins and spins a B. Devers spins and spins an 11. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Runner goes to third, and Rafael Devers stops at second with a stand-up double. A stand-up double. Making the score now 3-2. With Giancarlo Stanton up and Teoscar Hernandez on deck. Tying run, go-ahead run. Stanton gets an intentional walk, set up the double play. That does not count as a pip off of him, but does load the bases. And it brings up Teoscar Hernandez. Man, what a ball game, huh? What a ball game. Is this just fantastic or what? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to lift Jim Bagby right here. And I am going to bring in, Ray Caldwell. It goes 5 1/3. And I'm going to bring in Bagby. So Caldwell pitches well, but he's done. Jim Bagby comes in. He's a 7+1, so he's an 8 fatigue factor. And he's got 1 respin. And that's your card. The infield is in and shifted to the left side of the infield. Spinning back. That's a B to Teoscar Hernandez. Spinning Teoscar, and he strikes out. So Bagby comes in, strikes out Teoscar, that brings up Xander Bogaerts. Once again, the infield shifts. Spinning the pitcher. Bagby spins a G. Xander Bogaerts has a respin, and with the bases loaded, he's going to make Bagby respin that. Bagby spins, and that's a B. Big move there. This could be huge. Xander spins a 13. Jim Bagby makes him respin. And he spins a 6. That's a ground out for a third out. But they put a 1 run across. Played a run on that double. Or 2 runs, I'm sorry. Yeah, they played 2 runs. Yeah, the double. Yeah, here we go. Sometimes you just get carried away. 2 runs score. And the score after 4.5 is 3-2 in favor of dead ball. So I don't know if you guys like playing this kind of game or not with the dead ball where you really have to play the game. Inside baseball. And I'm so glad that McGraw is on the team because he's the inventor of inside baseball, man. That's McGraw's game. And so I'm getting to use John McGraw, his team. He's kind of player manager of this team, and they're doing it to it. That brings up Garrett Cole in the bottom of the 6th, still has 2 pips and a respin. That brings up Willie Keeler, a 355 plus, infield's in at the corners. They're going to try to lay the ball down. There we go. That ball is on the ground, stack 1, between the G and the F. Take the G as a ground ball. F would be a foul ball. Ball's on the ground. It's 55 plus, infielders are in at the corner. He spins. This one says 2B 44, 1B 45. The second baseman is a 32, they lose. The first baseman is a 34, they lose. That's a single for Willie Keeler. He can choose the S or the O. He chooses the S. That's a single. That's the second bunt single for hit them where they ain't. Willie Keeler, and that puts Cole down to 1 pip left. Keeler on with nobody out. That brings up Bobby Lowe, broken strikeout, who's also a 345. Keeler's a 55 plus runner. He's a 345. They're going to put on the sacrifice bunt. Going to move him over to second base. There he goes. Sack 2. He either has a P as a pop-up or a sack as a sack. He's a sack 3, so it's going to be a sack bunt. And now with 1 out, Keeler is out there standing on second base. That brings up Dick Hublitzel. He does not have a broken strikeout, but he's a 343. Keeler is going to steal third base. With a 1-run lead, bottom of the 6th, second ring, Keeler gets a line, S5, A5. He's a 55 plus. Home field advantage dictates S5, A5 instead of the H. You can see it right there, but it's on that line between those two. So he'll take the S5, A5. He is an A5 plus. He'll choose safe. So Keeler steals third. And now you have a situation. Now you got a situation with Dick Hobblesell out. Okay. You got a runner on third, one out. Where's the infield? Now that we've had a play, you can reposition that infield. Where are you going to do the infield? The infield for the 2021 team is moving in, all in on the grass. That brings up Hobbitzels at 343. He is going to try the suicide squeeze. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get over to the suicide squeeze page so I can see the results. Here it is. Suicide squeeze. Okay, that's the drag run. I don't want that one. I want this one. Suicide squeeze. He's a sack 3. And it is a 3B 55. 3B for them is a 1-3, Raphael Devers. So that means that the dead ball team gets to choose on the chart between the F and the A. The chart on the F, batter misses pitches, must try to steal home, otherwise other runners advance 1. The sack, foul ball, spin the pitcher. They'll take the foul ball, spin the pitcher on the suicide squeeze. It does not work. So spin the pitcher. That is, oh my goodness, I got to show you this here. Let's get that off of there. Let's see what that says. That's on the line between the B and the wild pitch. BZ line. They've already used their replay. He's a lefty. He's a righty. He chooses. It's a wild pitch. That run scores on a wild pitch. So let's just really break this down as to how the dead ball team scored their 4th run. Keeler singled on a bunt single. Okay? He was sacrificed to second by Bobby Lowe. Okay? They tried, then he stole third. He was safe stealing third. So far, we got small ball, man. Bunt single, sack bunt, steal third, attempt suicide squeeze, foul ball. However, Cole fires wild pitch because they got him so shook. Keeler scores the 4th run for the dead ball team. Spin the pitch. B, Hobbitzels up, and he hits a 2. That's a grounder. Spin for the error. It is not. That's 2 down. That brings up Uncle Robbie, Wilbert Robinson. The infield will be, he's a sack 1. They'll play deep. Here we go. A B is what we have there. No. You see it differently there. That's a K. Robbie's got a broken K. Spinning Robbie. He spins a fly ball. Yeah, that's a fly ball. Spin the fly ball. See if it lands on an error. It does not. That is the 3rd. That's a strikeout. That's automatic strikeout. Remember, he spins a K, spins an out, strikeout. Strikeout number 7 for Garrett Cole. They score 1 run. 1 scores. Man, what a ball game. You're at 42. Cole is shaking hands with everybody in the dugout. He feels lucky to only have given up 4 runs against this team. What a ball game, huh? Bullpen activity going on now for the dead ball team. So I got to take another quick break to let the dog in. He's telling me, hey, let me in, boss. I want in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Coming back, guys. Okay. Didn't take long. All right, here we go. This is exciting, man. We're in the 7th inning. Marcus Simeon's up. Shift is on. Spin the pitcher. Home run minus. Spinning Marcus Simeon. And it looks like a 12. That's a grounder. Simeon does not have a respin. Error spin. Not an error, so Simeon is out. 1 down. That brings up Zunino, shifting for Zunino. Last time up, he singled. Hit home run minus to Zunino with shift on. 6 is a ground ball up the middle. Spinning the error spin. Not an error. 2 down. And Kike Hernandez, they'll shift for him. Spinning back. That's a B. Spinning the pitch, spinning the batter. That's a 10. You can see that's a big time 10. That's a strikeout there. Let's go here for us. Okay. 3 outs. The 7th inning is not fruitful for the 2021 team. That brings up the dead ball team. New pitcher coming in is going to be Robbie Ray. Garrett Cole goes 6. Robbie Ray comes in. Ray is a +1 respin. And a 6-1 is a 7 pitcher. Okay, Robbie Ray, Cy Young Award winner. Warming up in the bullpen, Jordan Romano. That brings up Aaron Judge for the big boys here now. Or no, we're batting with the dead ball. Brings up Rabbit Moranville. Moranville's a 345. They'll pull the corners in. Against this guy, Moranville will try to drag bunts. Why not? You got 258 hitter. Here's the drag bunt. Foul ball, spin the pitcher. F or O. He gets the F. That's a W. Spin Rabbit. Anything but a walk, he has to respin. 10 is not a walk, so he has to respin that. Spinning Rabbit for the second time. That's an infield pop-up. 14. 1 down. That's the first infield pop-up of this game. And that's a rarity, guys. Very rare that happens. That's pretty cool. John McGraw's up now. John McGraw is a 355, 255, so the infield comes in. McGraw will not try to lay it down. He's going to go for the spin. Robbie Ray spins the double H. Any extra base hit, 11, 5, or 1 is a home run. McGraw spins a 7. That's a single. First hit given up by Ray. McGraw is a 55. Brings up Tris Speaker batting in the 2-hole. 344. McGraw's on first. He's going to steal second against Zunino. You get what's happening here, right? This is how you play this team. Spinning. S3A2. He's an S5A5. Filled on, makes him an S5A3. S3A2. He wins on both. He steals second base. 5 stolen bases this game against Zunino. Speaker's up. Spin the pitcher. This is lefty on lefty. That's a B. Speaker spins. A double. Do you use a respin? Why, heck yeah, you use a respin. Are you nuts? You got to. So his respins are gone. Speaker respins and gets a 13. Ball goes to center field. Kike Hernandez, you going to throw home? Yes, he is. Throws home, and it is a 4 batter. He is an A4. Right there, you see it, A4. So you take the A. He runs 2. He goes 2. So the throw, the Speaker takes second base, and we have the same situation if you wouldn't have reached on the double. And that makes it 5-2 with Speaker on second and 1 out, bringing up Hugh Duffy, who's a 355 plus. Whoa, what do you do now? Well, I'll tell you what I do right now is I drag bunt. Dude, I'm in this game, man. Robbie Ray's too good of a card not to do it. There's the drag bunt. It is on the ground. 3. Sack 3. 55 plus. Infield at first and third. In S right in the middle of the green S right there. That's a single. On a drag bunt, when you hit a single, the base runner advances. If forced, I believe. I'm going to look this up. You guys don't have to see this one, but I'm looking it up. Offense, drag bunt, S. Runners advance one base if forced. Okay, so he stays at second, and Hugh Duffy takes first, and Ray goes down to 5 pips. What a moment. We got first and second for Elmer Flick. A lot of lefties coming up right now. 355 with 1 out. Spin the pitcher. You're in at first and third. Trying to stop that bunt. And he gets a line between HW and HH. Robbie Ray will take the HH. And the extra base hit is a home run. He spins. A 7 is a single. Goes to the outfield. Where does it go to? It's pulled. Either goes to right or center, goes to center field. They're going to try to score the run. Center fielder will throw to third, stopping the runner at second. Flick, who is a 55, goes there, and another runs across the plate for the little guys. Now we have first and second. Run scores. And they're tearing right up. With 1 out, you got Willie Keeler with Bobby Lowe on deck. Infield's in the corners. They're going to send both runners on the hit and run. Here we go. Foul ball to the pitcher. F is a foul ball to the pitcher. And what do you got there? You got double H. Keeler spins. 12. Keeler will use, he does not have another respin. That's an opposite grounder. If it goes to the third baseman, lands directly on third base, it's a single. Otherwise, we spin the ground ball card to see the result. Location spin. The shortstop fields the ball. That's Xander Bogaerts. And he gets an A is what it looks like to me it is. Both runners advance, but there's an out at first for the second out of the inning. 2 down. He's up Bobby Lowe. Lowe is at 345, but with a runner on third or 2 outs, you cannot drag him. Okay, that brings him up. Infield's back. Spinning the pitcher. It's the first time they've been back this whole game. That's a K. You see it there? That's a K. He's got a broken K. Broken 10. And he hitting his 3 spin. He does not. That's a 6. That's a strikeout. First strikeout for Robbie Ray, but 2 runs crossing the 7th. We move to the 8th. The score now 6-2. And a lot of you will remember that I try to say in the real game of baseball, the first team to 6 runs usually wins. If you can get 6, you usually win because the average is 5-4. So if you top that 6, chances are the other team's not going to. Real good chance that they're not going to. All right. Aaron Judge is up. They will put on the shift. Spinning Bagby. He spins a W minus. No. Spins an H. That's an H. Spinning Judge. Judge spins a 13. Yes, that's a single. Makes Judge 1 for 2. That's the 4th hit these guys have gotten. Judge is a 2-4. Okay. Vlad Guerrero Jr. will hold the runner, shift. Boom. Here we go. Minus Yak. Spinning Vlad. What do you got there? That's a 10. Second time Vlad struck out today. Third strikeout for Bag. Brings up Devers, who drove in a run last time with a double. Drove in a pair. No, yeah, drove in a pair of runs. The only runs that they have. They'll hold the runner and shift. Here we go. Big hole over here. Home run minus. Spinning Beavers. 13 is a single. Hit 2. Left field. The left fielder will throw to second base or throw to third base, stopping the runner at second base. Fifth hit for the new boys. Devers is a 2-3. That brings up Giancarlo with 2 on, 1 out. Infield's back. Shifted. Spinning. Minus K. So if Giancarlo strikes out, he gets to respin. That one stopped rather suddenly. We will not allow that to happen. Test spin. We're good. Okay. Spinning Giancarlo. That is a, oh, you look at that up there. That's a 10. So he gets to respin that. Spinning again. And that is a 12. It's a ground ball. Oppo grounder. The shift was on. If the ball lands on second base, that's a single. Location spin. Shortstop fields it. What happens? P3 shortstop. Rabbit Moranville is a P5. So Moranville's winning. Choose between the A and the D. D is a double play. That's what they will choose. No runs cross the plate. 3 outs. And a put back to Mr. Bagby. And that's the inning. Okay, we're in the 8th. What a ball game, huh? And they're going to take out Robbie Ray. I hate to do this because that means I got to stay with Romano the rest of the game. But I just like to get everybody in if I can. I mean, it's a 12-man team. Romano is a 1-4. So he gets 5 pips. Ray did a good job. And 4 respins. Okay. That brings up Dick Hoblitzel. Not a broken, but he's at 343. So they're in at the corners. And he's at 343. Dude's going to drag bunt. Why do you want that? You don't want that card to spin. You want that card to spin? Heck no. Spin the drag bunt card. G, ball on the ground. Oh, yeah. 43 runner. Infield is into corners. Looks like a big green S to me. That's a Superman Hoblitzel. 1B. Single. And that is the danger of this team. They can wear out a pitcher quickly. He's down to 4 pips, especially these relievers. That brings up Local Robinson. Okay. He's a 1-4. What are you going to do here? I'm going to hit and run. I know he's got a big K. I know that Robinson's got that broken line. F, foul ball, spin the pitcher. Runner holds. Spinning the big guy. H minus. Hit minus. Wilbur. Spinning Wilbur. Fly ball. 1 out. Brings up Rabbit Miranda. They'll hold the runner. Move in at third for this 345. Rabbit will try to drag them. And that lands right in the middle of the S. Drag bunt, middle of the S, outside ring. Runners advance one base, they're forced. Or if the tire infield's back. Advance. Rabbit Mirandville, safe at first. He's a 45. That's one thing I like about having Gentry play with me. He keeps me on my toes in this game and doesn't let me forget to move pips and move base runners, etc. Well, now, here's your dilemma, guys. You got John McGraw, who's at 355 or 255. You got runners on first and second with one out. We're in the 8th inning, and you got big speedball pitcher out there. McGraw, dude, he's going to lay it down. Here he goes. Laying it down. Sack 3, the ball's on the ground. Here he goes. And that one comes up on the line between the O and the S4A3. So this team is going to use their instant replay challenge. Boy, this is getting fun. And this is the challenge spin. This is the challenge. A 1. Can't win. The call on the field stands. He is out. On a drag bunt O, batter is out. On outer circle, runners hold. On inner circle, runners advance one base and force, or if a tire infield's back. So it's a force. So these guys advance one base. Not a sacrifice time. He was running for a base hit. So now you got 2 outs with runners on second and third for Tris Speaker. Do you walk through the pitch to Hugh Duffy? I don't think so. I think you pitch the Speaker with the infield back. The 2 outs and runner on third, he can't drag him. Hit minus. Spinning. Double. That's a mechanical re-spin. Here's Speaker's second spin. 6 is a grounder for the third out. No runs in the 8th. At the end of 8, the score 6-2. Bagby will be done so that everybody gets to play. Gus Waring is going to pitch. He is an S8 plus 0. So he's got 8 pips. Okay. And the batter will be Teoscar Hernandez. The infield will shift. Spin. B. Spinning Teoscar. Steve, right 3. Oh, man, ran out of batteries. Doggone it. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm going to change batteries real quick. This shouldn't take a second. Hang on. See if I can do this. I'm just going to have to tell you how it comes out. You got 1 out. Teoscar strikes out. Sorry, all I got left is this. I'm going to have to go with it. And I'll have to put myself up there. We'll go to this. Remove. And guys, you're just going to have to trust me on this. I know I got that in the way there. We'll move it out the way. Xander Bogaerts with 1 out. Bogaerts bats. And that's a ground ball. It's a 6. That's no error for the second out. And Waring pitches to Simeon. Spins a home run minus. And spins a strikeout. Third out of the inning. And that's the ball game. Okay. All right, so the final score comes out to be 6-2. The winning pitcher is Caldwell. The losing pitcher is Garrett Cole. Okay, hits were, let me read them out here. The American League East had 5 hits total, and they scored 2 runs. Struck out 12 times. And there ain't a K on those pitchers. There's not a K on those cards. Not a K on those pitchers. And the American League East struck out 12 times. Okay. The dead ball guys got a total of 14 hits, scored 5 runs. They struck out 8 times. And that's using that broken K rule, but just didn't come into effect. Just didn't happen. But pretty much as they spun the Ks. One guy got the K on the broken K, I think. But the broken K, they always got out. So that was still a strikeout when they did spin the broken K. So it wasn't a big deal. All right. So you saw that, and you guys are going to have questions. I want you to email me at warhammerworld@hotmail.com if you got questions, and I'm happy to answer them. warhammerworld@hotmail.com. Now, listen up. I just did these 2 teams. The 2021 American League East, dead ball set 6. I'm going to make you guys a deal, okay? Those of you that watch the video, only those of you that watch the video, if you send me $2, cash, whatever, 2 silver dollars, I don't care how you send it, $2, I will send you both of these teams. Printed off, ready to go, so you can play the same game I just played, trying to use the same strategy that I just used, and see how your game turns out, okay? So send me $2. These teams are normally $5 a piece, so it'll be $10. I'm saving you $8. $2, you can have both of these teams, dead ball 6, AL East 2021, and you can play them against each other and see how they come out. I used a couple of fancy rules today. The shift was on, really never came into effect, maybe 1 or 2 spins. And I used the broken 10 rule on the strikeout pitchers. Those are house rules that I use. Those are not in the rule book. So there you go. Now, again, get a hold of me if you watch the video. Only if you watch the video. $2 buys the teams. That's 24 players for $2. No extra shipping, no nothing else. You get them for $2, and I'll have them in the mail just as quick as I can. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel. We'd sure appreciate it. The YouTube channel, I think it's DenGent Games. Subscribe to us. We would love to have you with us. Like it, and I'm going to post this on the Facebook page on 5 different Facebook groups. This will be posted so that those people can watch this, along with the Catico group that's just on groups. So anyway, guys, keep spinning. Remember, dice are nice, but the spin is in. See you next time.